Okay. So this is Tai Chi for veterans. And can you hear me okay? Is the volume all right with I'm speaking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's anything I need to adjust, please just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
So whether seating or standing, we're going to work on our posture first. So everything begins with breath. So imagine breathing, inhaling, just relax everything else. When I inhale, the visualization I think of it is watching, like down in Albuquerque, the hot air balloons when, you know, the blowers start going and everything is kind of crumpled and they just all start filling up and lifting up. Sometimes they want to pull and the tethers lift off into the air before they're ready, crew is ready for them to do that. So when I inhale, I imagine filling this area like a hot air balloon, just letting it expand, maybe opening up my chest. And then when I exhale, I just let everything relax and shoulders sink, everything just kind of puddles. We're going to focus first with 3 times, inhale, exhale, nice and slow, probably on about the count of 5. So inhale, whatever is good for you. I like to hold it right here, the tongue behind the front teeth, at the top of the roof of the mouth. It gives it kind of a transition from the new air coming in, and now we're exhaling it away. Inhale again. Hold it. Hum a little song, whatever. Let's exhale. Holding it, please. And let it go. So our spine is nice and upright, perpendicular to the floor. Our hips are parallel. The head just kind of floats on top, connected, so it's not just up there, but just lightly situated on top of the spine. So to begin with, I'm going to let my hands just float off the outside of my thighs. We're just going to gradually inhale up and bring the arms up just a little, and then back down. You can visualize a child on the beach, toes in the sand as it does this. The heels want to come up. I exhale down, the toes want to come up in the sand. Just a little bit of a movement. Hands are going to be cupped and come up. Then just out, circling the globe. If you have anything in your shoulders, or your pulmonary problems, and you get overly tired by bringing your hands up this high, then don't do it. Just keep them lower. Yeah, my arms both rest down to my sides. Just kind of let this one sink down a little bit. And glide off. This arm is going to come up. It's almost like a pitcher pouring water out. Just hold that. Inhale. Exhale. Again. And just let's fill that hot air balloon. That pressure of that air inside the balloon lifts the arms back up. This one's going to go way down. Sink. I'll let this one come up over and just relax. Inhale up a little and relax more. Inhale. And bring my hands out here in front of me. Inflate that hot air balloon. Everything just kind of wants to go like this, out to the sides. So I'm going to bring it back together in front, almost like a prayer. And I'm going to just kind of relax and bend over. Inhaling up. And just, again, Now bring it up this time. I'm going to reach up high, whatever's comfortable. And just let my chin come up and point to the sky. Inhale up again and relax as my chin points to the sky. Let's do it one more time.
Can we slow it down a little bit more?
Oh, absolutely.
Just do like metronomes of 5 and 6, like you started.
Okay. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chin to the sky. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time, I'm going to let the hands float off outside of my thighs. Inhale up, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to bring them together, arcing the arms. The arms are kind of in an arc. Fingertips not quite touching. Now exhale and let them sink down. Let them roll off again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let them gradually float together so they're almost touching. Now we're just going to gently push down as we exhale. One more time. Palms up as we roll off the outside of the legs. Bringing him back around slowly to the middle. Fingertips almost touching. Palms flat. And just one more time. Off the other side. Out of thighs. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get all the way here. Now the palms go flat to the ground and we just we sink the chi. I'm not going to count, I'm just talking this time. So as we do this, we're bringing in all the wonderful spring energy, regrowth, renewal, replenish. And then we just let that energy sink down into our body, replenishing, renewing, regrowing everything inside of us. Now my hands are going to go off over my knees. As I inhale, that inflating that balloon, the hands float up. The elbows get heavy and we just let them float back down. Just opening the door. Put it off over the knees again. Inhaling it back up. Elbows get heavy. Melt down. One more. Over the knees. Right here we start inhaling up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows are heavy and everything just puts down. One more time. We're going to float off over the knees. Do something a little different. They get up here instead of just dropping, and they're going to pull into my heart. I'm going to push out over one toe. So it's kind of or one knee, just push out. When I pull it in, it's like I'm coming in over a big balloon or ball. And I want to slip out underneath of it. Imagine perhaps a wave crusting it on the shore, kissing the sand, it just slips back into the ocean. We inhale. Let my hands glide back from one side to the other. over to this side. I'm going to pull the hands in over that wet wave, press out over the knee. Inhaling up. And ah. One thing is if you inhale, use this, it'll just lift your body up. Makes everything pretty much effortless. Just ah. Let my hands glide from side to side again. If you're seated, you can almost if one cheek comes up and my other bun cheek comes up. And we just glide from one side to the other. Meet in the middle. Let my hands drop back down. I'm going to inhale up overhead or as high as is comfortable with you. As I come back to about my shoulders, I'm going to be on top of Copper Mountain. And we're just going to slide and glide down. Easy slope. The greenest green they've got. Just make lazy essence. Floating from one side to the other. Hear the gentle swoosh. Ski on the snow. Down in the bottom, let's take the lift back up again. Come down. You're going to take a different slope. Maybe we're over on. All I can ever think of is School Marvin. That's not in copper. I haven't done any of this in about 30 years, but when I could, I used to love doing it. Just gliding down, feeling almost weightless. Gentle little crunch or swoosh on the skis. My hands are going to come back and rest on my knees again. This time I'm going to go over my knees, inhaling up slowly, open wide. The one hand is going to come down and sit in my lap, holding the moon. The other is going to come on top to keep the moon in place. So we're embracing the moon. Inhale and open my arms out wide again. This time the other hand comes in, floats in, sit in my lap, holding the moon, and we're embracing it. Inhale out, open wide our arms. Hold it. Embrace it. We'll spin as we open back out. One hand holds it. The other one comes in to complete the embrace. Let them come back in and float back down. We'll kind of do a little bit more of the swaying, moving side to side. I'm going to start building a new movement. First thing we do is imagine you can do a heel tap or whatever, or just take a moment right here. This arm is going to come up right over the knee. And we'll let it come back down. We'll do some more gliding. Just want to see if we can imagine the weight over here. So this side can lift up. We'll let it relax down. Glide back and forth one more time after this. And right here, I'm going to do that again. Arm under. I'm going to bring this other hand underneath of it. So it's kind of like this. Here's where I hold the chords and here's where I strum. Playing the peepaw. The peepaw would be a welcome instrument at any bluegrass festival. Sounds kind of like a banjo. You take a banjo and you sit it on your knee and play it this way. That's what you got in a peepaw. You drop it down right in the middle. My arms float up as I inhale. Over here, we're going to play the peepaw. strum. If you have a suggestion for a song, I would love to hear it. Every time I start doing this, all I can think of is she's coming around the mountain. I don't know why. One more time right here. This arm is going to come back and float behind my back. This one is just going to give it a gentle arc. We have the moon right here, we're holding it. Just give it an arc and create its orbit. Ah. Inhale as we come back in. The other hand is going to come out from behind the back. It's going to embrace the moon for just a moment. And it's going to float down to my leg. Embrace. This is what, now we are parting the horse's wild mane. If you can imagine, the horse has been out in the pasture, rolling around in the dandelion blossoms. Bring my hands back together, let them float down. As they come back up, I'm going to be playing the peepaw on this side. Let them drop. Come over and play the peepaw on the other side. Drop down. Right here, we're going to play it on this side. Rotate around. Top hand's going to come behind, sit behind my back. I'm just going to let the moon cast away. A little bit of an arc to get it started. So the story with this is the horse was having a wonderful time out in the pasture. Early flowers, rolling around, kicking its legs up in the air, shaking its mane out. Great time rolling. But things got stuck. So right here, horse comes in all dejected. Oh, sad, sad. What's wrong, horse? My mane is just a clump. It's got all these things stuck in it. Well, let's see if we can fix that. First, let's give the horse a little music, a little spa music, okay? We'll play the little music over on this side for it. Drop it down. Here. One more playing peepaw on this side. Back around. Hand goes behind. Pass it out. Yeah. All together. Down and out. So it's like our fingers are combs. And comb out that mane. All the tangles. One more like that. Bring our hands back together in the front. We'll let them drift back down. Come over to this side. Play the peepaw. So there's a little music. 3 times we play the peepaw in between. Come back here, we embrace the moon. Parting the horse's mane here. So I'm going to use my fingers like combs. I kind of get the more that I'm really combing out the tangles in that horse's mane. Now the mane is free. It's going to just float on the breeze. The horse is happy. The horse starts to prance around in pasture. And we'll give it a little music for prancing. One on this side. One more over here. My hands are going to drop back down. Come back around. I'm going to hug that tree in the middle and let the chi sink down. So that was parting the horse's wild mane. Most of the movements in Tai Chi have multiple names, but they kind of have a theme. I've heard that one called parting, brushing, pushing, braiding. It's all the horse's mane. This time as I come off over my knees, I'm going to inhale up, open wide. And I'm going to cross, bring it in and cross my wrist right here. As I lift them up, one hand's going to become the bracket to hold an arrow. The other hand's going to grab the bow, pull back, and I'm going to let it go. Zing! Go down, cross the wrist again. On the other side, we have the bracket for the arrow, pull back, push here and pull here, let it go. Feel free to make arrow sounds. Zing! Kind of like a Batman graphic novel, you know, balloons or show zam, bam, boom. Yeah, lift arms back up, open wide. As they just float back together, you're going to stack one on top of the other. Here you might feel some energy, that's your chi. It's buzzing. Now the bottom hand is just going to float, not far back there. It's only kind of like a 45, like it goes into the corner. Now it pushes away. We inhale as it comes back, folds in, we push away. Inhaling, fold the elbow, and push. Now we're going to do that on the other side. It's called repelling the angry monkeys. People call it fending off, repulsing. It's all about getting rid of the anger, noise in our heads. Now I'm going to go over this side. We're going to alternate, gathering and then just let it go. Things that don't belong in today, gather them and let them go. Today is a beautiful spring coming. Start a brand new garden, planting what we want to be there. Now the arm's going to be out here. This one's across my chest. This one's out there somewhere. And as I exhale, I'm just going to try and relax a little bit. Inhale, expand. Expand again. This time this hand's going to push down. It's pulling up energy from the core of the earth. Pushes down, gather strength, stability, pulls it back into our body. This hand's going to fold. Folds at the elbow. I'm tipping my hat to you. Saluting you. Wishing you the best of all days. Now we're going to put all that together. So everything kind of collapses. Expand and open up. Collapse. Expand. Collapse again. Right here, I'm going to just turn a little and let them unwind. So what happens is this hand continues to push down past my knee, and there's a little push here. Slowly, this one does everything. Folds in, give it a push. Do one more of those. This is called brush knee. One hand goes brush past the knee, and the other one does a little push. Now I'm going to sit back, just let that arm drag across in front of me. The other one joins it, and they both lift up like a rainbow painting the sky. I'll do it on the other side. So I just try and relax. I'm sitting, expand. When you do this, you kind of let the curve of your spine get a little stretch that way. Inhale, stretches the other way. We're just working the spine with our breath. Now, this one's going to go down, pull up the energy with a little more effort if you want to, and then just imagine from the core of the earth. Maybe it's a little extra warmth needed on a spring day. Bringing up all the wonders of the earth. There. This one's going to fold in at the elbow. I'm tipping my hat to you. I salute you. Wish you the best of all days. Then we're going to put it all together. Everything kind of collapses and comes in, expands. Yeah, it's going to turn it over right at the hip or wherever it's comfortable. Still does the same thing. Rewind it all. One arm pushes down, the other folds in. It's a little push. And we have brush knee and push. Drag it back across in front of me. Everything, both arms up and over. The other side. So this time, everything once. Relax our spine. Inhale up and push down once. Pull it back up. Fold in the elbow. Yeah, you can do it together. 1. Yeah. Over this knee, same as we did before, but right here it's going to watch. It's going to be different. This arm is just going to go down and make a circle. It's going to go across my knee. Makes a big circle. The other one makes a small circle. So we're right where we were. Go down. It's a big circle. Small circle. Brush knee and push. Do it one more time. Sit and drag the hand across, up and over the rainbow. Separate ones. I'm sorry, that one. Now push down. Fold in the elbow. All together 3 times. Exhale. Inhale. Ah. Ah. Do it over this knee. Extended arm goes down, makes its own big circle. Small circle. Do it again. Then we're going to drag it. We're going to stop in the middle. Bring both hands and fingertips almost together. Let the chi sink. Hands palms up, roll off my thighs again. Inhaling. Oh, sights, sounds, smells of spring. One more. My neighborhood, you can hear the lawnmowers are going. The birds have been chirping. Dogs are taking a nap in the window. This time I'm going to stop right here and bring them together to hug that tree. Expand out, opening the heart. One hand is going to scoop down, cross my lap, and come up right in the middle. The other one does the same thing. And as I turn my weight just a little, I have hands waving in the clouds. Just like we're holding a cloud, taking it over here, let it drop. It over. So if this, I exhale here, or inhale here, sorry. And then it's like floating. up in the clouds. This is a great one for building core strength and lungs, back, eliminating backaches. Just float. Let the air, the inhale, take you and float across. Inhale, and float. Right here, we're going to make a hook. It's kind of like a flamingo or a sock puppet. Could be a silk worm's cocoon. Gently pull out that silk. Gentle, steady, all the way across. Let it drop down. Inhale as I come back over. Pull out the silk gently. Inhaling. We exhale as we go away. And here, just fill it up. Hook is going to relax. I'm going to be waving hands in the clouds again. Then make a hook on this side right there. There it is. Exhale away and pull that silk gently. Let it fall onto the reel. Inhaling. Tell you right here, some people have, if your arm starts getting really heavy, imagine there's a fence right here. I'm just going to hang it on the fence. Let the fence hold it up. One more out time. Out. Inhale it in. I'm going to let the hook relax, and we're going to wave hands in the clouds again. Let's make a hook over here again. There it is. Gently pull that silk out, not too fast, not hard. Let it come at its own will. Inhaling, more energy breaths. And one more. Right here, the arm is going to go up and just push down my knee. I have just a little bit of a bend there. Back out. Make a slow, easy circle. Can kind of lean in, let my body lean with the hand. Whatever works for you, good for me. I'll let go of the hook. Can come over and it's going to start waving hands. Make the hook over here. Step out. Inhale it back in. Go up and over. Pulse down on that leg. Like we did with, this one earlier. Same thing, we just put it over a knee. Go out. Make a slow, easy circle. Let go past, the hook's going to relax. Wave hands again. Right here, I'm going to let my fingertips meet in the middle, hug the tree, and we're going to sink the chi. This one's a long combination, so we're just going to take a little break. Let ourselves relax. Palms roll off. Bring it around. And sink. Let my hand go off over my knees again and lift up. Open wide. One of them is going to scoop down. Come up in the middle. We're back waving hands in the clouds. Let's make a hook over here. Take a little bit wider if you want, up to you. Whatever feels good, lean into it. You are master of your own destiny on this. Whatever feels good. Do one more. Then we're going to go up and over. Make a slow circle. This is where we have, it's called snake creeps down the trellis, goes off through the grass. The one, I think of a little maybe 6-inch garter snake, looking for little bugs. Comes up, down, and goes off. Let that hook go. Wave hands again. And make a hook over on this side. Out, exhaling, and inhale in. Here we're going to go up and over, very slow, easy circle. Don't like the snake. Sometimes it could be squirrels up in the tree, gathering acorns, coming down, finding a place to bury them. Or a kitten stuck in a tree, saved by the fireman. Embarrassed, the kitten runs off. Let's let go of that hook. Wave hands just a couple more times so we can get our hands back in the middle. Fingertips almost touching as we're hugging that tree. And we'll let the chi sink. Inhale. This time, let's take it by hands all the way up to the top of the mountain, palms together. Let them come in prayer down in front of my heart, a little prayer. Inhale it back up. And just let the arms float down. Exhale. Come back. Now this time we're just going to hug the tree in the middle again. Sink the chi. Once more, let's take it all the way up to the mountaintop. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little prayer. Down from the peak of the mountain. Inhale it back up. And just let everything float down. Palms up, off the sides of my thighs, back to hugging that tree in the middle. Palms go flat and we sink that chi. This time I'm going to go over my knees. Inhale, blading up. And we're going to go back and hug that moon, embrace the moon. The one's in my lap, the other's on top, just like that. Let's open wide and we'll do it on the other side, just to help us remember what it is we're going to be doing. Embrace the moon. Yeah. Over here on the other side, hands are just going to float past. This one sits on my leg, this one comes up, and I push things out of the way. My favorite story to go with this is a snowy day, and there's snow on the car, so we're going to push it off the top of the car. Once more, I'm going to push the snow off the trunk. Let's do one more, get all the snow off. Stop. Brush the snow off the hood. And right here, this hand goes underneath. It says, I'm going to go through the Eisenhower tunnel, and I'm going to be on the bottom. So we let it do that. We're going to rest the other one here. We go past. We have, it's called a ward off, brushing the snow off. Hand goes underneath, through the Eisenhower tunnel, back over here again. One time, we're just going to knock a little snow off. Then we're going to bring it back in. Do it again. Right here, the hands are together, and it's like two skis coming down an easy slope. Get to the bottom, let's grab the tow rope. We're on the bunny slope, obviously. Getting back up, and we'll just float down that slope again. Grab the toe rope and let ourselves be pulled over. And one more time. I get over here, this hand goes underneath, comes through the tunnel, be on the other side. We do let it do that. So one time, let's knock the snow off the top of the cars here. Our ward off will knock the snow off the hood. And we'll knock the snow off the trunk. This time, oh, I'm sorry. Whenever I start to think, I get confused. The best thing you can do in Tai Chi is don't think. Just follow along. The best and easiest thing to do is just down that easy slope. Grab the toe line. Once more down. Hand goes underneath. Makes a big circle to come out on the other side and hold the moon. One time, we're going to knock the snow off. One time, the hands are going to come up and we're going to go down that easy slope. This time, we hit a bump. We're airborne. We come back down, push off to the corner. We come down the slope, rolling back, up in the air, holds down, just push it off to the corner. It's kind of like little children on the sled. They hit a bump. Everybody's airborne. When you're back in the sled, we say, go off to the warming hut. Stay there. And it's going to go back under. Makes a circle so it can be on the bottom again. One time, we're going to ward off. This time, both hands. One time, we're just going to roll back down that hill. They hit a bump. Up in the air they go. They land on the sled. They go off to the warming hut. Get warm. Fold in and squeeze to the corner. Roll back. Up in the air. Fold in and squeeze to the corner. This hand underneath again. I always want to take turns to be holding moon. So we have one time with a ward off. One time we're just going to roll back. Float up. Fold in. Squeeze to the corner. And now the children come rolling back out to tell us about their story. We say, you're still wet, go back in. Rolling out of the warming hut, saying, I don't have two boots. I had two when I came in. Where is it? Say, go back in and look. There you go. This hand goes underneath. It's a big circle. Come over. Here we are on the other side of the tunnel. One time we do the ward off. Then we get up here and we roll back down that hill once. Hit the big bump. Fold in. Squeeze them off to the hut. They all come rolling out to tell us all about their adventure. Say, go in, you're still wet. They roll out squealing and saying, well, there's no hot chocolate. Go back in. I bet there will be. Roll back out again. And we say, make sure you've got all your boots, gloves, and hats. Back around. Here we are. We put it all together one time. Here we are. Knock the snow off. Sliding down that hill. They hit a bump. They fold in. Everyone's on the sled. Push them off the warming hut. They all come back out to tell us about the adventure. We say, go back in till you're dry. This time I'm just going to let my hands float wide open to the heart. Come back in and we'll be embracing them in on this side. So we lift it up and we have one time we have that ward off. Then we have sliding down that hill, off in the sled, up, bouncing in the air, landing on the sled, pushing them off to the warming hut. They roll back out full of stories and adventures, missing us food. We send them back in. Open wide and say, that's our snowy day. Hug the tree, we'll sing the tree. Let our hands roll off again. Let's take them up to the very top of that mountain. There's the peak. We'll bring it down a prayer in front of our heart. Lift it back up again. Floating back down. Bring it all around. Hug the tree. Sink that chi. We're just hugging the tree and sinking the chi again. And now we're just going to roll off again over our knees. Let the hands float up in front of us. Open really nice and wide. I'm going to inhale all the way up, remembering the sights, snowflakes on the mountain, the brisk air, maybe a snowflake goes in our nose or our eye. Inhale it up. Now as we enjoy every moment of those memories, let them float down, lighten our day, fill our day with joy, giggles from kids. Hit a bubble and inhale. Roll it around, a big ball. Bring it back up to the heart, then relax and let everything melt. Inhaling all the way up again. Come, just float down. Maybe the sounds of the day. Whether it's spring and lawnmowers, birds chirping. I'm finding a diamond, so I'm going to grab that diamond and let it push it out to share it. Let the diamond reflect the beauty of today, the sights, the sounds. I'm going to lift it up, spread it out wide, bring it back around, like sunlight hits the edge of each facet, creating rainbows all over the sky. Bring it back to my heart. Now just let it go away. Inhaling up again. Filling up. Think of the spring, the colors, all the flowers, bright, brilliant grass, sweet smell of grass, sweet taste of grass, over the bubble. Inhale it back up and let it go. Inhale the smells, all the wonderful smells of spring. Daffodils don't have much, but the irises will. And scoop up that diamond. I reach out to share it. Yeah, so I bring it back in. I decide I'm going to share it on one side, slowly around in front of me. The other side, so left and right, kind of like a lighthouse. People share fun on the mountain, sights, sounds, smells of spring. Bring it in and let it go. Inhaling again. How about the taste of spring? Haven't got much yet. Fresh vegetables, fruits, maybe a fresh cherry pie sitting on a windowsill. Imagine how a wonderful cherry pie would taste. Inhale as we float back up again. Let it all just gently come down. All the sights, sounds, smells, every wonderful thing about today, flowing into every part of our body, letting it tingle and invigorate everything. Pull out that diamond again. The diamond, like the diamond, the hardest mineral we know, made from carbon, which is you and me, folks. Everything came before us into the most brilliant, faceted jewel we have. So we all know of our own brilliance. Sometimes we may have to dust it off a little. Reach out to you, to each of you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Just be present right now and today. Sights, sounds, maybe an extra slice of cherry pie, or whatever suits your fancy. Bring it back in, receive that to my heart. So relax down. One hand makes the fist. This is my body, my strength. This is my patience, my wisdom. One over the other, working in harmony together, lets me know everything is possible as it is with you. There we are. So, comments, questions, things I should do differently next time?
I think that was very good.
Yep. I liked it too.
Good.
Larry, do you guys have any takeaways?
Yeah. The only thing I would mention, I'm low vision, and because of your white walls, when
Yeah.
your arms go out, I lose the arms.
You lose
So,
the
but
arms?
yeah. So I listened to the description. That kind of pulls my fat out of the fire. But I do lose the arms if they're out from your body. So
I'm glad. If I'd known it. One of the veterans I work with is low vision. And so what I do is I wear long sleeves and then I put these things on my hands. So,
Yeah.
Giving
Yeah, I would have.
something to focus on instead of white. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. No, otherwise I enjoyed it. The tempo, I like the tempo, and just it's easy to follow, and so I appreciate that. Thank you.
And Anthony, thank you so much for telling me to slow it down. I appreciate that. I think being the first time, I was a little nervous to begin with, so thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Okay. I think for like paralyzed guys, the thing you saw me stop a few times. If I end up going too fast, because I have to control the movements like a metronome.
Yeah.
So I start and I kind of the whole process I try to stay on really slowly breathing in and really slowly breathing out. That allows me to move. At times it's too fast. The when you start slow and then you'll start increasing speed a little bit, that tempo, it's good. It keeps your kind of heart off. I would say it's almost like a increasing intensity. So it does probably burn more calories. But for like me, I can't change the speed at which I breathe, because then I lose focus. And the first time I did this with Wilson, I almost passed out because I can't breathe. I can't control my breath well enough, and my heart gets to beating too fast, and I lose focus. So what I do is and I've told this to Wilson too, if it gets to going like that, I'll stop and I'll go back to the basic, just breathing, and then pick up, with you or with him, wherever I'm at in that. So I think finding Madonna, I think if you could find some type of music that flows, because I like, you have a great flow. If you could find some type of music that really flows with that and keeps you on metronome, I think that will work. The other thing you could do is replay this for yourself, and then really think about only being able to control your torso with your breath. So not using any abdominal muscles at all. So really collapse and think if you had to control your torso with just your breath, then you learn what it's like for like me and other folks who don't have abdominal muscles to control. That's one thing that's one of my takeaways. But otherwise, I really enjoyed it. Your flow is awesome. Just slow it down and really think about tempo, and maybe finding whatever music piece, piano piece maybe not be a good fit. Maybe like a light strings, or like,
Yeah,
I don't
something
know
like
what
that.
Wilson uses. I really like ocean sounds or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate that because the music is sometimes it's too fast, and sometimes if it goes from one song to the other, the tempo is different. So
Yeah.
thank you very, very much for that, and especially
welcome.
for reminding me of the note, just the breath controlling that. I need these things. I appreciate it.
That's cool. I really appreciate today because it helps. At times the different style, like I can see how that really helps me with flow. That's one thing that Wilson, I think, is getting good at, is learning the flow and learning how to go from one movement to the other. And you have a great flow. I was really impressed.
Thank you.
That's true. Yeah.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. I thought some of your descriptions were the big ball, little ball.
Yeah.
It kind of dawned on me how that works. I went, oh yeah. So some of your descriptions were
down the slopes, like I really like that visualization.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped.
All righty, guys.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Good enough. Andrew, you have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
You too, folks. It's nice to see you. I'll see you later.
Take care,
All
everybody.
right, bye.
I'll send
Babe,
I'll send you the link, Andy.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Anthony instead of Andrew.